Okay, good evening. Getting with you a little bit late. Got to the ballpark about 6:30, so got set up with everything as fast as I could. Larks started out hot tonight. Randall, Williams, and Divis all singled to begin the game. Divis brought in a run right before that last at bat was Kirk striking out. Nick Gaddis is going to single through the left side. That's a hit as well. Forced hits for the Larks here in the first inning as Gaddis is aboard now, and that'll load the bases for the Larks. That'll bring John Rensel Jr. to the plate here for Hayes. Starter tonight for Haysville is number 39. I believe it's Aaron Homey. Larks have been all over him here early. Randall, Williams, Divis, and Gaddis all with singles. Divis brought in a run, a strikeout of Easton Kirk, and the Larks have the bases loaded here with one down, and John Rensel Jr. is the hitter. As he fouls that first pitch off. Larks fell last night 9-6 to even up this series at 1 apiece with the Aviators. Really, the Larks did themselves in last night. Walks, hit batters, and errors really cost them against Haysville last evening. Still trying to finish up some things here, so bear with me just another couple minutes as that one is outside and Rensel works ahead 2-1. That one is flied out to center. Carter Cross has it measured. He makes the play that should be deep enough to get Williams in from third. It is. That's a sac fly for John Rensel. It's 2-0 here in the first. Clayton Raspberry to the plate now for Hayes. Takes a strike. That one is foul down the right field line. And it's quickly 0-2. Here comes the 0-2, outside ball one. Raspberry's going to line that one foul down the left field line this time, and it's still 1-2. That one is low and in, even the count at 2 on Clayton. And now the count runs full here on Raspberry. It was the seventh man to the plate here in the top of the first for the Larks. Finishing up this 3-game set tonight with the Aviators, trying to win the series. As Raspberry pops it up to left field, back goes Campbell Quirk. He makes the play, and that is the inning. But the Larks take an early lead. They score 2 runs on 4 hits. Actually 1 Aviators error. No Aviators errors, and 2 men left on base. We move to the bottom half of the first inning here in Haysville. Larks on top 2-0. Bottom of the first here in Haysville, 2-0 Larks. Walter Pennington makes the start tonight for Hayes. Carter Cross just led off with a single, so Haysville will have their leadoff man on as well here in the first inning. Larks come into tonight's contest at 31-8 overall, 23-7 in the Jayhawk League. They own a 4.5 game lead over the second place Dodge City A's. Shea Gutierrez to the plate now for Haysville. He takes ball one high from Pennington. It's 1-0. Here comes Walter's 1-0 pitch to Gutierrez. That one is grounded to Divis at third. He fields and throws to Renzel at first. His only play in time for out number one. Coming to the plate now for Haysville is their third baseman, number 9, Nigel Williams. Larks in the field tonight. Walter Pennington makes the start. Nick Gaddis is behind the plate. Wyatt Divis is at third. R.J. Williams at short. Darryl Myers at second. And John Renzel Jr. at first. And in the outfield, Ryan Randall's in left. Matt Munoz in center. And Clayton Raspberry is in right. The first pitch there from Walter missed to Williams. It is 1-0. Here comes Walter's 1-0 pitch. That one missed as well. 2-0. Runners on second base here with one out for Haysville. Trying to pick up one of those runs back here in the first. That one is outside as well, and Walter falls behind 3-0 on the third baseman, Williams. Just 6 games left in the regular season, counting tonight. Larks will finish up tonight here in Haysville. They'll have tomorrow off, followed by a home game on Saturday night at Larks Park with the Great Bend Batcats. Then on Sunday night, they will travel to Great Bend to take on the Batcats, followed by the final series of the year, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night in Hayes at Larks Park against the Liberal BJs. That is it. After that, Hayes will get a week off and start the championship week of the NBC World Series on Saturday, August 4th, as Pennington walks Williams, and there are 2 on with 1 out here in the first. Luke Giacchetta to the plate now for Haysville. First pitch from Walter. Low and outside, ball 1. So struggling with the zone just a little bit here to begin the contest for Pennington. Here comes the 1-0. Outside again, 2-0. Here it comes from Walt. That one's driven into left center field, into the gap. That is going to be all the way to the fence. Here comes Cross. He's going to score easily. That is an RBI double for Luke Giacchetta. It's 2-1 here in the first inning.
Number 4, Nate Stoltz.
Nate Stoltz to the plate here for Haysville, trying to take the lead. And this was the problem for the Larks last night. Every time they scored, they couldn't get a shutdown inning and keep Haysville off the board in the bottom half. And here again starts the same. Hayes picks up 2 runs in the top of the first. They're about to give him right back in the bottom half. Here comes the 1-0 from Pennington. That one's grounded hard to short. They're going to just go to third. They got Giacchetta in a rundown. They got him out, but That's going to tie the game for Haysville as Stoles is aboard. So Zach Nagalski, the hitter now for Haysville. It's 2-2. Larks gave those 2 runs right back. 2 outs, bottom of the first. Here comes the first, or the 1-1 from Pennington, low and away. Ball 2. Here comes the 2-1. There's a strike, count is even. Pennington came in with a 2-1 record and a 3.45 ERA, but he's given up 2 here in the first. That one bounces in, and the count is now full at 3-2. Swing and a miss. Nagalski's down on strikes, and that is the inning. But Haysville gets both runs right back on a pair of hits, and they leave 1 man on base. We've played an inning here in Haysville. Larks and Aviators tied at 2. Daryl Myers here to the plate now for the Larks to start the top of the second inning. Count is quickly 0-2 here on Myers. Eight, 9, and 1 due up for the Larks against Homey here in the second inning. Swing and a miss. Myers is down on 3 pitches, 1 away here in the top of the second inning. That'll bring Matt Munoz to the plate. After Matt, it'll be the top of the batting order and Ryan Randall. First pitch believe that missed outside, so it's 1-0. Here comes the 1-0 to Matt. Curveball stays up and out, 2-0. It is a very hot, very sticky night here in Haysville. The heat index has been way up there all day. Larks took batting practice at an indoor facility today because when we left the motel, it was 101 degrees with a heat index of 113. (3-1) to Munoz is fouled back. It's now full at 3-2. It is currently 97 degrees. Feels like 107. So it is still very hot out here tonight. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Munoz is going to line it into center field. That's a single, and Matt is aboard with 1 out here in the second inning.
Next up, number 12, Ryan Randall.
So Matt will get on for the top of the order. Ryan Randall back to the plate. He's 1 for 1. He singled to lead off the game on the first pitch, and he came around to score. Again, he's swinging on the first pitch. This is a chopper to the second baseman. Only play is going to be to first. He makes it. Jordan Kennedy gets the out over there at first, and there are 2 away here in the second inning as Matt Munoz advances into scoring position.
For the Larks, number 31, R.J. Williams.
R.J. Williams to the plate now for Hayes. Here comes the first pitch. Off speed in there for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch from Homey to Williams. Swing and a miss. Quickly 0-2. Gets a sign from Stoles behind the plate. Here comes the 0-2 pitch to Williams. Off speed into the dirt. RJ does not chase, and it's 1-2. Base hit could give the Larks the lead once again here in the second inning. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Down he goes, and that is the inning. Haysville works around a 1-out single, and the Larks are done. We move to the bottom of the second here at Vulcan Field. Larks and Aviators tied at 2. And we're back here in Haysville, bottom of the second inning, 2-2, Larks and Aviators. As Campbell Quirk will lead it off here against Walter Pennington. And it's quickly 0-2 as Walter works ahead. So 1-2 the count now on Campbell Quirk. Lefty-lefty matchup here with Pennington. Here comes the pitch. High, ball 2. Ground ball sharply hit at Myers at second. He fields and throws to John in time at first. One away here in the bottom of the second.
Now up for the Aviators, number 14, Darian Williams.
Darian Williams to the plate now for the Aviators. He is the designated hitter tonight. First pitch from Pennington bounces in about 2 feet short. It is 1-0. Here comes Walters 1-0 to Williams. Outside 2-0. Here comes Pennington's 2-0. That one's lined back up the middle into center field. A base hit for Darian Williams, and Haysville has a runner on first with 1 out.
Next up for the Aviators, number 27, Jordan Kennedy.
I'll bring it Jordan Kennedy to the plate now for the Aviators. First pitch to him is in there for strike 1. Swing and a miss. Pennington took a little bit off and got Kennedy out in front, and he works ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. Here to the Aviators' second baseman. 0-2, ground ball. RJ's going to not be able to field it on a backhand, and that's going to allow Kennedy to reach. That is an error on the shortstop, RJ Williams, and Haysville has 2 on with 1 out here in the second. Top of the order, Carter Cross back to the plate now for the Aviators. That one's lined into left field, a base hit. Here comes Darian Williams. He will be held at third. Bases are loaded here for Haysville with 1 out. And Walter is not fooling anybody here in the Haysville lineup here so far tonight.
Now up number 1, Shea Gutierrez.
Shea Gutierrez, a big chance here for the Aviators to give them their first lead of the night. Here comes the first pitch from Pennington. That one is into center field, a base hit. In comes Williams, he's going to score. That one is bobbled by Munoz. In comes Kennedy, he's going to score. And it's 4-2 Aviators here in the second, and they continue to have batting practice here against Walter Pennington. And the Larks are sloppy again here tonight. An error by Williams at short. Munoz let another run score with the bobble in center, and just again tonight the team is just lethargic, not really showing up to the field to play. And you know, this Aviator team only has 9 league wins, but they have put it to the Larks here in the last 2 nights, and that's going to trigger a mound visit from Coach Keith Harper. Nigel Williams to the plate now for Haysville, a chance to blow it open here in the 2nd inning. Runners on 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. Larks have committed 2 errors here in the top of the 2nd inning, or the bottom of the 2nd inning, and that pitch from Pennington's high. Here comes the 1-0. Outside ball 2. So this was a series in which the Larks, the first place Larks, came in at 30-7, and you thought they would take care of business against a team sitting down at the bottom of the league, but that has just not been the case here this week in Haysville. 2-0 pitch, ground ball to Williams. He's going to have no play but to first. He will make it, but another run scores, and the Larks are in a 3-run hole here in the 2nd inning. So that is an RBI from Nigel Williams. Luke Giacchetta to the plate. That one's in the dirt. A nice stop there by Nick Gaddis to keep it in front. Comes the 1-0. That one is in there. It's 1-1. Off speed, strike number 2, outside corner. Walter gets his sign from Gaddis. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Luke Giacchetta. Swing and a miss, down he goes, and that is the inning, but a rough inning for the Larks. They commit 2 errors. Haysville scores 3 more runs. We move to the third here at Vulcan Field. Larks trailing 5-2. Top of the third here in Haysville, 5-2. Aviators 3, 4, and 5. Due up for the Larks, and they better wake up here pretty quick or they're going to let it get away from them again here tonight. 0-1 here to Wyatt. Here comes the pitch. That one is low, ball 1. Larks hit around Aaron Homey in the first inning, but he settled in nicely in the second, got 2 strikeouts and a ground ball, and kept the Larks off the board. And then his offense came out and got him 3 runs thanks to 2 Larks errors. In the bottom half, he gets a swing and a miss from Divis, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here comes the 1-2. Curveball, Wyatt lays off. Count is even here at 2. Outside curveball this time. Wyatt lays off again, and the count is full. Hayes would love to get their leadoff man on for the cleanup hitter, Easton Kirk. Power part of your order coming up. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Fouled off by Wyatt. He'll stay alive. So Divis will step back in now. Here comes the payoff pitch again. Fouled off again by Divis. A good job to just take that off-speed pitch the other way and get a piece and see another one. Wyatt's going to ground this one softly out to Kennedy at second. He throws him out at first, 1 away. Easton Kirk to the plate now for Hayes. Wearing number 18 tonight. I'm not exactly sure what happened to all his jerseys, but he's only been his normal number 25 1 of the 3 games. He wore number 22 and then 18 in games 1 and 3, so not quite sure what happened to those 2 5s, but probably didn't make their way here to Haysville for some reason. 0-1 here to Kirk as he digs back in. Here comes the pitch. Chopper up the middle. That one is fielded by the shortstop, Gutierrez. The throw. He didn't get him at first. Kirk is safe. He beats it out. And that is an infield single for the Larks' designated hitter. Nick Gaddis to the plate now. He's 1 for 1. He's singled to left his first time up back in the first. Right-handed hitter from Jacksonville State University. Playing in just his 4th game with the Larks. That one is on the outside corner for strike 1. Comes the 0-1. That one is low and out. And that'll even the count on Nick at 1. 1-1, low and away again. Nick has a good eye there to lay off that one, and he works ahead 2-1 here on Homie. Low, ball 3. John Rensel Jr. waits on deck for the Larks. Hopefully he'll be able to come up with 2 men on. Here comes the pitch to Nick Gaddis. Inside, ball 4. Nick takes a walk, and he is aboard with 1 out, and John Rensel will come to the plate with 2 men up, 2 men on here in the 3rd.
Next up, number 33, John Rensel.
First pitch to Rensel is in there for strike 1. That is Homie's first walk of the night for Haysville. Here comes the 0-1 to John. Did he go? He did not. And it's 1-1. So good job there by John to check his swing and even up the count here at 1. Here comes the 1-1. Rensel lines it. Fly ball right field. That is down the line. It is fair and all the way to the wall. Here comes Kirk. He's going to score. Gaddis is right behind him. He's being sent home. That is a 2 RBI double for John Rensel Jr. It's 5-4 here in the top of the 3rd. A good piece of hitting by John Rensel Jr. to drive in a pair and get the Larks back in this one. It's a 1-run game. Clayton Raspberry to the plate now for Hayes. That one is grounded to the right side, a base hit. Here comes Rensel. He's going to be sent home. Here comes the throw from the right fielder. It's not in time. An RBI single for Clayton Raspberry, and the Larks have tied this one up at 5 here in the 3rd inning. Daryl Myers now to the plate here for the Larks. And now that is going to trigger a mound visit from the Aviators. So 3 hits in the inning for the Larks, plus a walk, and they have struck for 3 runs and tied this game up, and Daryl's going to take a ball low and away. And it's been a good 3rd here so far for Hayes. Daryl trying to keep it going. He's 0 for 1. He was a strikeout victim in the 2nd. Here comes the pitch. Outside again, 2-0. It appears we are not going to have a shortage of runs tonight as Myers swings through the outside fastball. It's 2-1 here on Daryl. comes the 2-1 pitch. Myers grounds it up the middle. That one is into center field. A base hit for Myers. Now 3 consecutive hits for the Larks here in the third, and they have 2 men on here with 1 out.
Next up, number 6, Matt.
Raspberry will move up to second base and into scoring position. 3 singles, a double, and a walk for the Larks so far in the third. Matt Munoz to the plate now for Hayes. There comes the first pitch. In there for strike 1. Homie's curveball found at the top of the zone. Here comes the 0-1 to Matt. Ground ball, foul past first base, and it's 0-2. Top of the order, Ryan Randall waits on deck for Hayes. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Munoz is down on strikes, and that is the second out here in the third inning.
Next up, number 12,
Ryan Randall to the plate now for Hayes. He is the 8th man to bat here in the third inning. Here comes the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Randall's going to foul that one off over to the first base coach, Steve Sedbrook, and count is even here at 1. Ryan's got a chance to give the Larks the lead once again, potentially here with a base hit as Clayton Raspberry waits at second base. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. A little bit up and out, ball 2. Homie's ready. Here comes the 2-1 delivery to Randall. Swing and a miss at the fastball down and in, and the count is even here at 2. The 2-2 pitch coming to Randall. And he just gets a piece of that curveball to stay alive, and we'll do it again at 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 again. Line drive off the chest of the second baseman Kennedy. That's an error. Here comes Clayton Raspberry to the plate. He is in there. 6-5. Larks here in the third, thanks to the fielding error by the second baseman Jordan Kennedy. Daryl Myers moves up to third, and Ryan Randall's on second. R.J. Williams to the plate. Here comes the first pitch. Curveball popped up. That's going to stay in play. Here comes Stoles. He makes the play, and that is the inning. But the Larks pick up 4 hits in the third and benefit from a Haysville error, and they strike for 4 runs and take a 6-5 lead as we move to the bottom of the third here at Vulcan Field in Haysville. Bottom of the third here in Haysville, 6-5, Larks lead. 5, 6, and 7 due up for Haysville. Walter Pennington back to the mound for the Larks. His first pitch of the inning misses for ball 1. The Aviators have scored in both innings so far offensively. 2 runs in the first, 3 in the second. As Pennington gets an outside strike there to even the count at 1. Here comes the 1-1. Cue ball off the tip of the bat, foul. It's 1-2. So the offense gave Walter Pennington another chance here to come out and get a shutdown inning and keep that lead intact and see if he can get his offense back in to potentially extend that lead. So we'll see if he can keep Haysville off the board here in the third. The 1-2, just a bit outside, and the count is even here at 2. Comes the 2-2 pitch. Outside again, and the count is full. The 3-2 is low, ball 4, and that is a leadoff walk to Nate Stoles here in the third. Zach Nagalski to the plate now for the Aviators. Here comes the first pitch from Pennington. Ground ball softly hit towards Divis at third. It's off his glove, and there's no play. That's an error on Wyatt Divis, the third error of the night already on the Larks. And there's 2 men on with nobody out. Sloppy play continues here for Hayes in the third. Campbell Quirk to the plate now. It's 0-1 after the strike from Pennington. Swing and a foul tip, and it's quickly 0-2. Quirk back in. Here comes the 0-2 again from Pennington. That one is low and in the dirt. A good block there by Gaddis. Ball 1. There comes the 1-2 from Walt. Off speed, swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that is the first out here in the third. Good pitch there from Pennington. Darian Williams to the plate here for the Aviators. Couple of runners on board for him, 1 out. There comes the first pitch from Pennington. In the dirt, another good block there by Gaddis. A couple of blocks by Gaddis here in the inning have kept the runners where they were at and has kept that double play chance in effect, and it's a way out of the inning potentially for the Larks here in the third. Here comes the 1-0. Fouled off, out of play to the right, and the count is even here at 1. Williams is the number 8 hitter. He is 1 for 1. He singled back in the second and ended up coming around to score. 1-1. Good curveball down and in at his knees. He swings through, and it's 1-2. Swing and a miss. Pennington gets another back-to-back strikeouts, and there are 2 away now in the third. Another good pitch by Walter to get a whiff. So Walter trying to put it on himself here to get out of the mess in the third unscathed. Here comes the, well, before the first pitch to Jordan Kennedy, he's going to check on the runner Stoles at second base. The first pitch here to Kennedy. Gaddis is going to try and throw behind the runner. And I thought they got him. And the base umpire says they did not, and that's a blown call. He was most definitely out at first base. There is no doubt about it. He was out. And the runner takes third because of it, and that's what happens when you don't have 3 umpires. Hayes does have 3 umpires for league games, but nobody else in the Jayhawk League does, and that was a missed call over at first base. So now runners are on the corners. Here comes the 1-0. Swing and a miss, count is even at 1. The Hayes coaching staff was livid in the dugout, and rightly so. We had a really good angle, or I did. Can't quite get first base in the picture just because of the camera situation, but I had a really good look at that play, and he was definitely out at first base. Another good block there by Gaddis. It's 2-1 now on Kennedy. Here comes the 2-1 to Kennedy. Swing and a miss. And it's 2-2, and Walt can get out of it here with the next pitch. Jordan Kennedy steps back in. Pennington gets a sign from Nick Gaddis. He's ready. Here comes the 2-2. He got him. Swing and a miss. After a walk in an air, Walter Pennington strikes out the side in order, and he keeps Haysville off the board. We move to inning number 4 here at Vulcan Field. Larks 6, Aviators 5. And we're back here, top of the fourth, after the long intermission between innings. The umpires converged, and they were thinking about putting us into a weather delay as there's some storms to the north of Haysville, and they were worried about lightning. But they're going to decide to play on, at least for now. Wyatt Divis leads it off here in the fourth inning. It is 2-0. There's a strike to Divis. Count is 2-1 here from Homey. So for the time being, there's no weather delay, but never know. We'll see if the storms, it looked like they were going to pass to the east, but Divis grounds that one up the middle, fielded by Gutierrez. He's going to have to hurry. He got him at first. A good play by Shea Gutierrez, one away here in the fourth.
Next up, number 18, Easton Kirk.
Easton Kirk to the plate now for Hayes. Here with one out in the fourth inning, 6-5 Larks. Game would not be complete yet. We need to get another full inning, actually another 2 full innings completed here before this game could be considered a complete game. First pitch to Easton is low, ball 1. Here comes the second pitch. That's outside, 2-0. Easton's going to line that one into right field. That is foul. And it's 2-1. Here comes the 2-1 to Kirk. Popped him up. That one is over into foul ground. Williams going to give it a look. And he can't make the play. It's out of play. And it's 2-2. And the home plate umpire continues to scan the sky as the thunder continues to rumble here in Haysville. 2-2 here from Homey to Easton Kirk. That one is low, and the count is now full. Payoff pitch is inside. That is a one-out walk to the Larks' DH Kirk, and that'll bring Nick Gaddis back to the plate. Nick Gaddis is 1 for 1. He singled in the first, was walked in the third. Here comes the first pitch from Homey out. Ooh, caught the corner. 0-1. A 1 pitch. Another curveball, about the same spot, but that one is a little bit farther outside, and that'll even the count on Nick at 1. Working quickly here is Homey. Here comes the 1-1 to Gaddis. Another off speed, and that one will stay up. And Nick works ahead 2-1. John Rensel waits on deck for the Larks. Leading 6-5 here in the fourth. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Nick Gaddis. Fouled off there by Nick, and it's 2-2. Comes the 2-2 pitch. Gaddis is going to fly it out into right field. Nogalski is there. He makes the play, 2 away here in the top of the fourth. So John Rensel Jr. comes to the plate here for the Larks with 2 away in the fourth inning. John has 3 RBIs already tonight. He doubled in a pair back in the third inning. He's going to ground that one foul past first base. It's 0-1. Also brought in one with a sac fly back in the first inning. Swing and a miss from Rensselaer. Chases low and away, and it's quickly 0-2. O2 pitch, low and in the dirt. A good block there by Stoltz, and Easton will have to stay at first. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Rensselaer thought about it, but lays off the outside fastball, and the count is now even at 2. Comes the 2-2. Rensselaer pops it up. That one's going to stay in play. The third baseman, Williams, is in. He calls everybody off and makes the catch just inside the line at third, and that is the inning. A 1-out walk for the Larks turns into nothing as Homie retires the side. We move to the bottom of the 4th here at Vulcan Field in Haysville. The Larks lead the Aviators 6-5. And we're back here in the bottom of the 4th. Pennington got a first pitch swing there from Carter Cross, and they grounded it to Wyatt Divis, who made a really nice snag at third and a strong throw to Rensselaer at first to get the leadoff man here in the bottom of the 4th. And it is 1-0 here now to Shea Gutierrez. 1-0 from Pennington. That one misses, up and out. 2-0. That one is up and out. It's 3-0 now on Gutierrez. Comes the 3-0 from Pennington. Swinging on 3-0 is Gutierrez. He fouls it off, and it's 3-1. See if Walter can work back here and maybe come back to get Gutierrez. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Williams is going to field by the bag at second. Throw to Rensselaer in time for out number 2. A good job there by Walter Pennington to come back from 3-0 and get Gutierrez for out number 2. Looking at the radar, it looks right now like the storm should slide to the east of Haysville here, but hopefully that is the case as Nigel Williams comes to the plate now for the Aviators with nobody on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch, foul tipped. It's 0-1. As the thunder just continues to ring out here at Vulcan Field. 0-1, ground ball to Divis at third. This could be it for the fourth. Wyatt's throw is in time. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Walter Pennington to retire the Aviators. We have played 4 here at Vulcan Field in Haysville. The Larks lead the Aviators 6-5. Top of the fifth here in Haysville. 7-8-9 due up for the Larks. Clayton Raspberry is going to get it started here against Aaron Homey. First pitch is low, ball 1. Here comes the 1-0. That one is driven to center field. Back goes Carter Cross, still going. He will make the play on the run out in center, and there's one away here in the 5th inning. That'll bring Daryl Myers to the plate now for Hayes. That one's flied out into center field, and that'll drop in front of Carter Cross. And there's a 1-out single for Daryl Myers. Matt Munoz to the plate here for the Larks. And that is you can probably hear the thunder through my microphone as that one's fouled off by Munoz. It's 0-1. It's just like constant rumbles of thunder here as the sun's trying to peek out of the clouds in the west, but it is raining to the northeast of here, down in between Wichita and Derby. Comes the 0-1 to Munoz. And before that, Homey's going to check on Myers, who's back safely at first. We need to get through the 5th inning for this to be considered a complete game if worse comes to worse here tonight with the weather. Pitch to Munoz, off speed, stays up and away. Count is even at 1. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Off speed again. That one catches the zone, and it's 1-2. There's some more lightning. It is actually pretty close. Doesn't really look like it's going to rain, but we'll see. Here comes the 1-2, and, well, before that, he's going to check on the runner and actually throws it in the dirt. That was a nice pick there by Luke Giacchetta at first base to avoid giving at least one base to Daryl Myers. Here comes the 1-2 now to Munoz. Upstairs, ball 2, even count. Wind starting to pick up a little bit here in Haysville. Here comes the 2-2. Munoz takes high again, and the count is full. Top of the order, Ryan Randall waits on deck. Here comes the payoff pitch. That one is flied out into center field. Carter Cross on his way back. He will make the play. 2 away now in the Larks' 5th inning. So Ryan Randall will come to the plate now for Hayes. He is 1.
12, Ryan Randall.
I forgot to mark what he did. He was 1 for 2. Here comes the first pitch to Ryan. It's low ball 1. I believe Ryan got on with the air. That one misses as well, and it's 2-0 to Ryan. So he's 1 for 3. A single and a run scored in the first, a ground out in the second, and a reached on an error in the third. There comes the 2-0 from Homie. Ryan's going to line it into the gap in left center. That is a base hit. Here comes Myers. He's rounding second all the way. The left fielder falls down. He's going to keep going. Ryan Randall is going to bring in Daryl Myers all the way from first base. An RBI double for Randall. It is 7-5 here in the top of the 5th. Good piece of hitting by Randall to put that one in the gap and get the Larks another run. That'll bring R.J. Williams to the plate. First pitch to him is fouled off, out of play. It's 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Williams. That is off the catcher in the dirt, and Randall is going to take third base on the wild pitch. 1-1 count here to Williams. I will just make a quick note again. You know, it seems as it starts to sprinkle here, it seems as if the only time it rains is when I am out in the open with all my equipment. So if it does start raining good here, I'll have to pull my table underneath the tent that is next to me as Williams grounds it into left field. That is a base hit for R.J. Williams. Ryan Randall will come in to score. 8-5 Larks here in the 5th inning. But as I was saying, if it does start to rain fairly hard to where I need to pull the equipment, we might lose the stream for a little while because my cord does not reach all the way to the plug-in, but I will get it back up. We won't completely tear it down tonight since I do have a little bit of cover I can use. So if it does come to that, we might lose it for a little bit, but we will get it back up if necessary as Divis takes ball 1. There's a strike to even the count. There's another strike on Divis, and it's 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. In the dirt. And it's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Divis grounds it into right field. That is a base hit. Williams is going to stop at second, and the Larks just keep the line moving here with 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning. 3 consecutive hits with 2 outs has resulted in 2 runs, and now 2 more men on base for Easton Kirk. And that's going to trigger another mound visit, and we will see if that's going to do it for Aaron Homey. So Homie will stay in the game for now. Easton Kirk's going to bat 2 on, 2 out here in the 5th. Here comes the first pitch to him. It's a curveball. Misses low and in, ball 1. Here comes the 1-0 to Kirk. Fastball outside, 2-0. Easton's ready, so is Homie. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Another curveball, and again, it's going to miss up and out. 3 balls and no strikes here on the Larks' designated hitter. Nick Gaddis waits on deck here for Hayes. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. Kirk's going to take a strike, and it's 3-1. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Easton's going to ground it to the first baseman. It gets by him. That's a hit for Kirk. Here comes Williams. He is going to score. Wyatt Divis advances to third. That's an RBI single for Easton Kirk. 9-5 Larks here in the 5th. 3 2-out runs for Hayes in the top half of the 5th inning. Nick Gaddis comes to the plate with runners on the corners now, 2 outs. And that will do it for the starter, Aaron Homie. The Aviators will make a call to the bullpen. While they do that, we will take a quick break and be back shortly here at Vulcan Field, where the Larks lead Haysville 9-5. New pitcher is Michael DeLeon here for Haysville. His first pitch to Nick Gaddis is in there for strike 1. Gaddis comes up with runners on the corners. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Upstairs, ball 1. Gaddis is 1 for 2 tonight, a single and a walk and a flyout. Starter Aaron Homie tonight for Haysville went 4 2/3. He gave up so far 9 runs on 14 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Gaddis pops it up into shallow left field. Back is the shortstop, Gutierrez. He will call off the left fielder, make the catch, and that is the inning. But with 2 outs in the top of the 5th, the Larks add 3 to their lead. We move to the bottom of inning number 5 here in Haysville. The Larks lead the Aviators 9-5. Bottom of the 5th inning here in Haysville, 9-5 Larks lead. Walter Pennington back to the mound. He's going to face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Aviators. Luke Giacchetta is the first up. He's ahead 2-0. Here comes Walter's 2-0. Swing and a miss from Giacchetta. That one was in the dirt, but it's 2-1. Pennington's ready. Here comes the 2-1. That one is lined into center field. That is a base hit. Munoz falling down somehow gloves that one. Good thing, too, because that was going to be extra bases if that got by Munoz, but it is just a single. And Haysville has their leadoff man on here in the 5th inning. Nate Stoles to the plate now for the Aviators. First pitch misses for ball 1. Walter's ready, the 1-0. Low, ball 2. Two-0 is grounded to Williams. He's going to go the short way to second. They got one. Back to first. Not in time. That is a 6-4 fielder's choice as they get the lead runner, Luke Giacchetta, at second base for the first out here in the 5th.
Now up number 25, Zach.
Zach Nagalski to the plate here for Haysville. Swing and a miss, 0-1. As Walter tries to work through 5 innings here tonight. Was roughed up at the beginning. 5 runs for Haysville in the first 2 innings, but he has settled in nicely since. He threw up a 0 in the 3rd, a 0 in the 4th, and the Larks offense got him 3 more in the top half of the 5th, and he's trying to throw up his 3rd 0 in a row here in the bottom half. He has the first out. And he's up 0-2 against Zach Nagalski. Here comes the pitch. That one's lined into center field. In comes Munoz. He won't get there. That is a base hit. And Haysville has 2 runners on with 1 out here in the 5th inning.
Now up number 19, Campbell Quirk.
Campbell Quirk to the plate here for the Aviators. Haysville does have 1 in scoring position with just 1 out. Here comes the first pitch from Pennington, low ball 1. Lefty matchup here. Here comes the pitch from Walter. Off speed, in there for strike 1 to even the count. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Pennington. That one is low. Another good block there from Nick Gaddis. 2 balls and a strike now to the left fielder Quirk. Two-one, grounded up the middle, past Pennington. That one is stopped by Daryl Myers. What a play by Myers to get the ball on a slide behind the bag and somehow flip it to R.J. Williams for the 2nd out of the inning. That play by Myers saved a run. As Nagalski is out at second base, Quirk is on with the fielder's choice. Runners on the corners now for the Aviators here with 2 outs. Darian Williams to the plate. First pitch, outside ball 1. So Myers definitely saved a run with that play behind the bag at second. Now we'll see if Pennington can get him out of the inning with no damage. Here comes the 1-0 to Williams. Ground ball chopped to Myers. He fields and throws to Rensel in time. And Walter Pennington works a scoreless inning with the help of his defense in the 5th inning. We move to inning number 6 here in Haysville. The Larks lead the Aviators. It's 9-5. Top of the 6th here in Haysville. John Rensel Jr. is going to lead it off against Michael DeLeon. First pitch is up and out for ball 1. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to John. Low and in. Ball 2. So opposite sides of the plate there, same result. 2 balls, no strikes here to begin the 6th. Here it comes to John. Up and out, ball 3. Here comes the 3-0 from DeLeon. There's a strike. That one is lined foul to the left by Rensel, and now the count is worked full here to start the 6th inning. Three-two pitch. Fouled off again by John, too close to take, and we'll do it again at 3-2. The skies have cleared here in Haysville, still raining down to our southeast, but currently overhead we got clear blue skies. Here it comes again. High, ball 4. John Rensel works a leadoff walk here in the 6th inning. And the Larks have it in business to start the inning.
Next up, number 15,
Clayton Raspberry to the plate here for Hayes. He has a hit tonight, 2 flyouts. He is 1 for 3, also has a run driven in and a run scored. First pitch to him is a fastball high. It's 1-0. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from DeLeon. Raspberry fouls off a high fastball, and the count is even at 1. And there's strike 2, caught the top of the zone, and now Raspberry's behind 1-2 on DeLeon here in the 6th inning. John Rensel's on first. Here comes the pitch. That one is outside, and the count is even at 2. Fairly tight zone tonight. Doesn't look like there's a ton of give on either side, but it's been fairly consistent throughout the night for both sides, so can't really complain there. Here comes the 2-2. That one is low, gets by the catcher Stoles, and Rensel is going to easily take second base on the pass ball. And that will fill up the count now on Clayton Raspberry. So DeLeon has worked full counts to both hitters so far in the 6th. As he gets his sign from Stoles, here comes the payoff pitch to Raspberry. Outside, ball 4, back-to-back walks by DeLeon to start the inning, and the Larks have a pair of base runners here in the 6th. Daryl Myers to the plate here for the Larks. He is 2 for 3. A pair of singles and a run scored so far tonight. Here comes the first pitch from DeLeon. Ground ball off the glove of the first baseman. They are still going to get Myers at first, so there's no error. But Daryl does the job, and he advances both Rensel and Raspberry into scoring position at 2nd and 3rd.
Now up number 6, Matt Munoz.
Matt Munoz will dig in here with 1 out, runners on 2nd and 3rd. Larks looking to tack on to that already 4-run lead. Here comes the first pitch from Michael DeLeon. Munoz takes a strike in the inside corner. Matt digs back in, and he's ready for the 0-1. And he swings and lines that one foul and out of play over to the left. And it's quickly 0-2. Ryan Randall's on deck. R.J. Williams in the hole. And now time is called by Matt, and it is granted. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss. De Leon gets Munoz on strikes, and there are two away here in the 6th inning. Ryan Randall to the plate now for the Larks. Ryan has 2 hits tonight, a single and a double, also has a run driven in, and 2 runs scored. First pitch, strike 1, outside corner. He's been on base 3 times. He also reached in the 3rd because of an error. Here comes the 0-1. Randall's going to take high, and that'll even the count. And that one is outside. And it is 2-1 here on Ryan. Here comes the 2-1, swing and a miss by Randall, and the count is now even at 2, and wind is starting to pick up here in Haysville, as you can probably hear it on the mic. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Larks leadoff hitter Ryan Randall. Here comes the pitch from De Leon. Ground ball, foul. Rensel's got to hop out of the way as that came at him sharply over there at 3rd. So we'll do it again at 2-2. Here comes the pitch. And Ryan again fouls it off. That hanging breaking ball looked like it was going to stay high, but would have been a pretty close pitch to take, and Randall fouls it off. Here comes the 2-2 again from Michael De Leon to Ryan Randall. Outside ball 3, and the count is now full to the Larks left fielder. Here comes the payoff pitch. Randall fouls it off again. So a good AB here by Ryan. Trying to stay alive long enough until he can find something he likes and hopefully bring in those 2 runs at 2nd and 3rd. Rensel and Raspberry. Here comes the pitch. That one is low and outside, ball 4. A good at bat by Ryan Randall ends in a walk, and the bases are now loaded for R.J. Williams. RJ's going to dig in on the right side to face De Leon. Here comes the first pitch. Fastball low and away. Ball 1, and De Leon kind of just stares at home plate in amazement as he thought that was strike 1. Here comes the 1-0 to Williams. Popped up into foul ground in left field. Long run for Campbell Quirk. He is not going to get there. New life for R.J. Williams. Count is even at 1. See if we can maybe try and get out of the wind a little bit. It is tough. RJ digs back in. Here comes the 1-1 from De Leon. Popped up again. This one's going to be to the right side, and this one will get out of play, and it's 1-2. Williams ready once again, so is De Leon. Bases full of Larks. Here comes the 1-2. Off speed, strike 3 called on the outside corner. Williams is down, and so are the Larks in the 5th inning. Hayes loads them up on a couple walks, but can't bring any across. We move to the bottom of inning number 6 here in Haysville. The Larks lead the Aviators 9-5. Bottom of the 6th here in Haysville, 9-5 Larks. New pitcher for Hayes is number 30, Austin Thomason. So he's going to get a couple innings of work tonight as the first pitch from him misses for ball 1. He's going to face the 9-1-2 hitters. Jordan Kennedy first up. Popped up, out of play, strike 1. Not too bad of a night for Walter Pennington. He goes 5 innings, gives up 5 runs on 7 hits. He walked 2 and struck out 5. He is in line for the win if Hayes can hold the lead. Here comes the 1-1 from Thomason. Inside, that curveball missed, and it is 2-1 here to the second baseman, Kennedy. Here comes the 2-1 from Austin. Yanked it outside. 3 balls and 1 strike here to Jordan Kennedy. That one is low and away, ball 4, and that is a lead-off walk here to Jordan Kennedy, and Haysville has a base runner in the 6th inning.
Now up, number 7, Carter Ross.
That'll bring the top of the order to the plate now for Haysville. Carter Cross will step in. 1 on, nobody out here in the 6th inning. Larks lead by 4 runs. Thomason now out of the stretch, delivers the first pitch. It's in there for strike 1. His off speed found the inside corner. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Austin. Ground ball, that's fair. Divis gloves it on a backhand and throws across. Rensel comes off the bag to make the catch, and he got the tag down on Cross at first, and there's 1 away here in the 6th inning. Kennedy advances to second base.
Now up number 1, Shea Gutierrez.
Shea Gutierrez to the plate now for Haysville. Dig in on the right side. He is 1 for 3, an RBI single. And 2 groundouts. There comes the first pitch from Thomason. Another off-speed pitch found the inside corner. It's 0-1. A 1 pitch from Austin. Again, that off-speed just finds that inside corner, and it's quickly 0-2 here on Gutierrez. Here it comes from Thomason. And he spikes a fastball. That's going to get by Nick Gaddis. And back to the Larks dugout, and Kennedy's going to advance to third on the wild pitch. Not really much of a chance there for Gaddis, as that one got on him in a hurry off the dirt. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch from Thomason. That one is back up the middle. Into center field. That's an RBI single for Shea Gutierrez. Haysville gets one back. It is 9-6 here in the 6th.
Now up number 9, Nigel Williams.
Nigel Williams to the plate now for the Aviators. Comes the first pitch from Thomason. That one is in there for strike 1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Thomason. Low and in the dirt. Count is even at 1. The 1-1 delivery. Well, and before that, Thomason will spin and fire to first to check on Gutierrez. That one's up the middle and into center field. Another hit for Haysville, and they'll have 2 men aboard here with 1 out in the 6th inning.
Now up to bat, number 24, Luke Jaquetta.
Luke Jaquetta to the plate now for the Aviators. Tying run now for Haysville comes to the plate. Here comes the first pitch from Thomason. That one misses, ball 1. So the Larks, we knew coming in that both Pennington and Thomason were going to pitch tonight, but Pennington had just gotten into a groove as he had thrown up 3 straight zeros, and it was the end of his night. Here comes the 1-0. That one misses outside, 2-0. Now on Nigel Williams. Swing and a miss. And the count is 2-1. Austin would love a ground ball here to hopefully get him out of the inning and limit the damage. Haysville's threatening here in the 6th to get themselves right back in the ball game. Thomason's ready. It took him a long time to get a sign there from Gaddis, and Jaquetta called for time. Luke Jaquetta has 2 hits tonight, a single and a double. 2 for 3 for Haysville. Here comes the 2-1 from Austin. That one is popped up. Going to be a long run for R.J. Williams. He's the only one that sees it. It is caught by R.J. Williams, and he throws to second for an inning-ending double play. R.J. Williams sprinted from his position at shortstop all the way out into left field. Ryan Randall didn't see the ball. Williams went into a dive at the line, made the catch, and then sprung to his feet and made a good throw back to Myers at second to double off Gutierrez, and that is how the inning will end, with a marvelous play by R.J. Williams. We have played 6 here in Haysville. The Larks are on top of the Aviators, 9-6. Top of the 7th here in Haysville. Larks lead the Aviators 9-6. New pitcher for Haysville is going to be number 22, Byron Smith, a right-hander from Point Loma Nazarene. He is on the roster as a catcher, and he actually did catch one of the games in this series, but he's going to be on the mound, and he's going to get the 3, 4, and 5 Larks hitters to start it off. Wyatt Divis is the first man up. It's 1-1. So Wyatt will dig back in on that left side, where he has 2 hits tonight and 4 ABs, also a walk and an RBI, and a run scored, as that one almost came in and hit him. And it's 2-1. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. That fastball's low and in from Smith, and it's 3-1. to the team walks leader, Divis. Here it comes from Byron Smith. There's a strike. That fastball caught the corner, and the count is full. A lot of full counts tonight from Aviator pitchers. Here comes the payoff pitch to Divis. Inside, ball 4. Wyatt works a leadoff walk, and he's aboard to begin the 7th.
Next up for the Larks, number 18, Easton Kirk.
Michael DeLeon had a good night for Haysville. He went 1 1/3, gave up no runs on no hits. He walked 3 and struck out 1. Easton Kirk to the plate now for Hayes. 1 on, nobody out. Fastball upstairs, ball 1. Here comes the 1-0. Kirk pops it up. And that'll get out of play behind us. Count is even at 1. Larks have scored a run every other inning so far tonight, as Rensel's going to pop that one up to left field. Over is Campbell Quirk. He makes the play, 1 away here in the 7th inning. Larks put up 2 runs in the 1st, none in the 2nd, 4 in the 3rd, none in the 4th, 3 in the 5th, none in the 6th. And if the pattern continues, it says the Larks should score a run here in the 7th, but we'll see. As Nick Gaddis comes to the plate. Smith will check on Divis, who's back safely at first. Here comes the first pitch to Nick Gaddis. Fastball outside corner, strike 1. Gaddis is 1 for 3 tonight. He has a single, a walk, and a run scored. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Smith. Upstairs, ball 2. Or, excuse me, ball 1. Count is even at 1. First one was a called strike. Gaddis is ready again on the right side. Here comes the 1-1. That fastball just a bit off the plate. 2-1 here on Nick. Here comes the pitch. Upstairs, ball 3. John Rensel Jr. waits on deck for the Larks here with 1 out in the top of the 7th. Game is 2 hours and 7 minutes old. We play in the 7th. 15 total runs, 24 hits. That one is outside, and Nick Gaddis works his second walk of the night, and that'll bring John Rensel Jr. to the plate with 2 men aboard for the Larks here in the 7th inning.
Next up, number 33, John Zell.
That'll send Wyatt Divis to second, and now that'll trigger a mound visit from the Aviators once again. Rensel's down on strikes, and there are 2 outs now in the 7th inning. I'm not sure what happened there with the connection. It said we lost it for a split second, but it looks like we're back. Hopefully everything's okay. Rensel was a strikeout victim. That'll bring Clayton Raspberry to the plate here for the Larks with 2 outs. Here comes the pitch from Byron Smith. Upstairs, ball 1. Comes the delivery from Smith to Clayton. That one is popped up to foul ground on the left side. Plenty of room. Quirk is over, so is Williams. Nobody will get there as it'll drop harmlessly into the grass over there down the left field line, and the count is even at 1. So new life for Raspberry as Wyatt Divis is on second and Nick Gaddis is on first. Both reached via the walk. For the 6th and 7th free passes allowed by Aviator pitching tonight. The Larks gave up 10 last night, and it ended up doing them in. Raspberry's back in the box on the left side. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Smith. Up and out, ball 2. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Clayton. Fouled off, count is even once again, this time at 2-2. As Raspberry tries to keep the inning alive for the Larks here and maybe get a run on the board and get that one back they gave up in the bottom half of the 6th. Here comes the 2-2. Raspberry flies it out into left field. In comes Campbell Quirk. He makes the play, and that is the inning. So Byron Smith works around a pair of walks to keep the Larks off the board in the 7th. It is stretch time here in Haysville. The Larks lead the Aviators 9-6. Bottom of the 7th here in Haysville. Austin Thomason back to the mound for the Larks. Nate Stoll's going to lead it off for Haysville. He checks his swing at the first pitch and fouls it off for strike number 1. And that'll cause Nick Gaddis to go out there and have a chat with Thomason. Maybe he got crossed up or wasn't expecting that pitch from Austin to begin the inning. That ball's chopped to Divis at 30, fields in front of Williams, pumps and throws in plenty of time to get Stoles one away here in the bottom of the 7th.
Next up, number 25.
That'll bring Zach Nagowski to the plate here for Haysville. There's a strike from Thomason to begin the at-bat. Nagowski is 1 for 3. A strikeout. He reached on an error, and he singled. Here comes Thomason's 0-1. Inside. Almost caught him on the leg, but it's just a ball. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Off speed, popped up. That's going to stay in play. Rensel, a long run, a dive. And he's still down. I don't believe he made the catch, but a good effort there by John Rensel Jr. He was running straight down the line into right field and then dove out towards the foul pole to try and make that catch. He couldn't quite get it and stayed down in the grass for just a second, but he's got a smile on his face. So it is strike 2, and Nagowski will dig back in. Good effort there by number 33. Here comes the 1-2 from Thomason. Off speed, line back up the middle by Thomason and into center field. That's a 1-out single for Zachary Nagowski here in the 7th inning. Campbell Quirk to the plate here for the Aviators. 1 on, 1 out. They trail the Larks by 3 here in the 7th. As of right now, the scores from last night are just flip-flopped. Larks have 9 runs on 14 hits tonight so far. 6 runs on 13 for Haysville. That one misses. It's 1-0. That one is outside as well. 2 balls and no strikes. Here to the left fielder, Quirk. Thomason's ready. Here comes the 2-0. Fouled off by Quirk over to the left and out of play. And it's 2-1. Two-one pitch. That one is hit fairly well into left field. Back goes Ryan Randall. He's got a beat on it towards the track. He makes the play out there in left center as Nagowski returns to first base. 2 away here in the 7th. That'll bring Darian Williams back to the plate for the 4th time for Haysville. He is 1 for 3. A single and a run scored tonight. Also a strikeout and a ground out. First pitch from Thomason. That curveball this time stays a bit high, and it's 1-0. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Off speed, gets Williams to swing through, and the count is even at 1. Top of the 7th in Liberal, the Great Bend Batcats leading the BJs 9-7 in that makeup game from the rainout last week. That ball is chopped. It's going to be past Thomason, and Williams will have no play. So that is just an infield single for Darian Williams that was not hit hard at all, but just placed perfectly, and Haysville has a pair of runners on here in the 7th with 2 outs. Jordan Kennedy to the plate here for Haysville. That one missed. It's ball 1. Here comes the 1-0. There's a strike, a fastball on the outside corner. That'll even the count. Here comes the 1-1. Off speed, stays low. 2-1 now to Jordan Kennedy. He has been on base twice, but is without a hit. He reached on an error back in the 2nd, came around to score, and he reached on a walk in the 6th and also came around to score then. Here comes the 2-1 from Thomason. Ground ball foul to the left, past the Aviator dugout, and it's 2-2. And Thomason can get out of the inning here with another good pitch. Here comes the 2-2. That is low for ball 3. Divis is kind of sleeping out there at third. Gaddis came up ready to throw as Nagowski took off, but Divis didn't get to the bag, and that is a stolen base without a throw for Nagowski. So runners on the corners now as the count is full here with 2 outs. So Williams will be on the move. Here comes the pitch. Strike 3 called. A good fastball by Austin Thomason. Freezes Jordan Kennedy and retires the side here in the 7th inning. We move to inning number 8 here at Vulcan Field in Haysville. The Larks on top of the Aviators 9-6. Top of the 8th inning here in Haysville. 9-6 Larks on top. Byron Smith is going to deal to the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Larks. Daryl Myers will get it started. It's 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Myers is going to pop it up to left field. That's actually fairly well hit. Back and towards the line is Quirk, and he makes the play over towards the line. And there's one out here in the 8th inning. So Daryl is 2 for 5 on the night. Matt Munoz to the plate now for Hayes. He is 1 for 4, singled back in the 2nd. He'll dig in to face Byron Smith with nobody on and an out here in the top of inning number 8. Here comes the first pitch. That one is blooped out into left center field. In comes Quirk. He has a beat on it, makes the play. 2 very quick outs here for Smith in the 8th inning.
Up next, number 12, Ryan Randall.
Ryan Randall to the plate, top of the order for the Larks. Here comes the first pitch to Randall. Fastball stays a bit low, and it is 1-0. Smith's ready, the 1-0 to Ryan. Popped up again into left field. In comes Quirk towards the line again. He makes the call and the catch. 3 flyouts to Campbell Quirk in left field, and the Larks are down in order in the 8th inning. We move to the bottom half of the inning here in Haysville. Larks on top of the Aviators 9-6. Austin Thomason back to the mound for the bottom half of the 8th inning. He will work to the top of the batting order. Carter Cross, the first hitter. He fouled off the first pitch and then takes a strike, and so he falls behind 0-2 here to Thomason to start the 8th inning. Here comes the 0-2 from Thomason. Inside, almost caught him, but it's ball 1. So 1-2 here on Carter Cross, the leadoff hitter for the Aviators. Here comes the pitch from Austin Thomason. That one is low, ball 2, and the count is even. Two chopped foul past first base. And we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the 2-2 again from Thomason. Just a bit outside, and the count is now full. It's a very good pitch there by Austin, but just off the plate. Here comes the payoff pitch to Cross. Chopper foul to the left side this time, and we'll do it again at 3-2. Here comes the payoff pitch again from Thomason to Cross. Fouled off to the right again. And Carter Cross continues to battle Thomason here in the 8th inning. The payoff pitch once again. Chopper past Thomason, fielded by Myers. He throws a strike to Rensel at first in time, 1 away here in the 8th. So a good battle between Thomason and Cross, but Austin gets the better of Carter, and there's 1 away. Shea Gutierrez to the plate. He has 2 hits tonight in 4 ABs. 2 singles, 2 RBIs. And also a pair of groundouts. Here comes the first pitch from the righty Thomason. Strike on the outside corner, a good pitch from Austin. Here comes the 0-1. That ball is grounded to Williams at short. He fields and throws in time. 2 up, 2 down for Thomason and the Larks here in the bottom of the 8th. Nigel Williams to the plate. He has 1 hit tonight. Also has been walked and has driven in a run and scored a run. Here comes the first pitch. Well, and now time is called before Austin can deliver the first pitch. Williams is back in. Here comes the first pitch now from Thomason. Curveball caught the bottom part of the zone, 0-1. That one is a little bit too low, and count is even at 1. 1-1 outside, ball 2. Larks saw their lead in the league fall to 4.5 games after the loss last night, but Dodge City is off tonight before heading to El Dorado, as that is a base hit into right center for Nigel Williams, and the Aviators have a 2-out base runner. So anyway, Dodge City will be in El Dorado this weekend, taking on the Broncos, but before that, they have a night off tonight, so if Hayes can hang on and finish this game out, they will pick up a half game and send that league lead back to 5 on the A's. Also, they can pretty much eliminate the Liberal BJs from league title contention if they win tonight and Liberal falls to Great Bend. Liberal is 6.5 games back, and there will be only 5 to play. So Liberal's pretty much eliminated already from league title contention. Here comes the 0-1 now to Luke Chiquetta. Strike number 2. A good pitch there from Thomason to find that corner on the outside, and he's a good pitch away here from getting out of the inning. Thomason gets his sign from Gaddis behind the plate. He's ready. Here comes the 0-2. Out straight back at us here. And the count will remain no balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the 0-2 again from Austin Thomason. Chopper foul off of himself. And we'll do it again at 0-2. Here it comes again from Austin. That one is low. A good block there by Gaddis to keep Williams at first. And that is just ball one from Thomason. One, two, swung on and missed. A good pitch from Thomason that dove away and got Jaquetta to chase. And that will do it for the Aviators in the 8th. We move to the 9th here at Vulcan Field in Haysville for the final game of the series. The Larks lead the Aviators 9-6. Inning number 9 here in Haysville, 9-6. Larks on top. Byron Smith's going to make his way back to the mound. R.J. Williams will lead it off for Hayes. He swings through the first pitch. It's 0-1. It'll be Williams, Divis, and Kirk here in the 9th. Gaddis if anybody gets on. Here comes the 0-1 from Byron Smith. That one is in the dirt to even the count at 1. Here comes the 1-1 from Byron Smith. Fouled up and out. Straight back by RJ, and it's 1-2. So the Liberal BJs at home tonight against Great Bend, who is currently in 7th place in the league. They're down to their final 3 outs. They trail the Batcats 9-7. Stoppage in play there for Byron Smith to get a new baseball. Here comes the 1-2 to Williams. Curveball stays up and out, ball 2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. This curveball finds the strike zone, and Williams is down looking for out number 1 here in the 9th.
Next up, number 16, Wyatt Divis.
Wyatt Divis to the plate now for Hayes. He will dig in on the left side. Wyatt has 2 hits tonight and a walk. Here comes first pitch inside, ball 1. And this Smith fastball stays upstairs, so it is 2-0 on the Larks' third baseman, Divis. Turned out to be a really nice night here in Haysville. The wind is backed off again, and it's actually fairly nice out. And that one's low and almost in the dirt, and it is 3-0 on Wyatt. Wyatt has already walked once tonight. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. Up and out, ball 4. Divis takes a 4-pitch walk, and he's aboard with 1 out here in the 9th.
Up next, number 18, Easton Kirk.
So Divis is on first. Easton Kirk will be the hitter. Easton has 2 hits tonight. He is 2 for 4 with a walk, pair of singles, an RBI, and a run scored. Here comes the first pitch from Smith. He's swinging at a high fastball. That ball's popped up to the left. It is out of play, right behind the Haysville dugout. And it is 0-1 to the DH, Kirk. So Easton's back in on the left side. Here comes the 0-1 from Byron Smith as Wyatt Divis takes his lead from first base here in the 9th inning. That fastball misses inside on Kirk, and it is 1-1. So anything the Larks can get here will be insurance for the bottom half of the 9th, where Haysville will be down to their final 3 outs. Here comes the 1-1 to Easton. And he swings at a fastball away, and it's 1-2. Nick Gaddis waits on deck here for Hayes. Swing and a miss. Down goes Easton Kirk on strikes. And there are 2 away here in the top of the 9th.
Now up, number 27, Nick Gaddis.
Nick Gaddis to the plate here for Hayes. 2 out, 1 on base. Nick will dig in on the right side. He has 1 hit tonight. He is 1 for 3 with a pair of walks and has also scored a run. So here comes the first pitch to him. Fastball outside, 1-0. And Smith will check on Divis at first, who's back safely. Probably not going to run here in the 9th with a 3-run lead. Here comes the 1-0 to Gaddis. Inside fastball, that is off the inside part of the bat, and it's into left field under the glove of Gutierrez. That is Nick Gaddis' 2nd hit of the night, and he's aboard with 2 outs in the 9th. So John Rensel Jr. will get 1 more plate appearance here tonight. Runners on first and second for Rensel Jr. John has 3 runs driven in tonight. He's got 1 hit. It was a double. Also a sac fly and a walk. Rensel's going to pop that one up, fouled, out of play. It's 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 from Byron Smith. Swing and a miss from John, and it's quickly 0-2. John's ready, so is Smith. Here comes the 0-2. Off speed inside, almost caught John on the right elbow, but he gets out of the way, and it's ball 1. Byron Smith gets a sign from Stoltz behind the plate. Here comes the 1-2. Fastball fouled off by John to stick around and see another one. And Smith will ask for a new baseball, so another stoppage in play here in the 9th. Haysville will have their 5, 6, and 7 hitters coming up in the bottom half. It will be their last chance here tonight. Rensel ready for another 1-2 from Byron Smith. Off speed, swing and a miss. Down goes John on strikes, and that will do it. The Larks get 2 aboard, but can't bring anything in to add the lead in the 9th inning. We move to the bottom half here in Haysville. Thomason and the Larks will have a chance to close out the Aviators. It's 9-6. Bottom of the 9th here in Haysville. Last chance for the Aviators. Austin Thomason's going to try and close it out. Nate Stoltz first hitter of the inning takes strike one from Austin. See if we can get you a final on that Great Bend Liberal game here in just a minute, as the second pitch is popped straight up, and that's going to be over the press box. And it's quickly 0-2 here from Thomason. The Haysville bullpen did a really nice job tonight. DeLeon and Smith went a combined 4 1/3 innings. They gave up no runs on just one hit. They did walk 6, but they also punched out 5. So the bullpen did a nice job for the Aviators tonight. Kept them in the game, but Thomason for the Larks has done an equally as impressive job as he gets a pop-up to Darryl Myers at second base, and that is out number 1 here in the bottom of the 9th inning. So Zach Nagalski to the plate here for Haysville. Here comes the first pitch from Austin Thomason. Curveball swung on and missed. It's 0-1. One's in the dirt. Evens the count on Nagalski. Here comes the 1-1. Foul tipped, and Thomason works ahead 1-2. So no final yet, but they move to the bottom of the 9th in Liberal. The Batcats lead the BJs 9-7 in that rainout makeup from last week. Here comes the 1-2 from Thomason to Nagalski. Fastball fouled out of play over to the right. And Nagalski will hang around and see another pitch from Thomason. Larks looking for win number 32 on the season. Here comes the 1-2 again. Fastball blows it by Zach Nagalski. That is a strikeout, and there are 2 down here in the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for Haysville is going to be their left fielder, number 19, Campbell Quirk. He will dig in on the left side to face Thomason. Quirk is 0 for 3. Ground out, a fly out, and a strikeout so far tonight. Here comes Thomason's first pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Quirk will dig back in. Here comes the 0-1 from Austin. Took a little off and got a foul tip there from Quirk, and it's 0-2, and Haysville's down to their final strike of the night. Here comes the 0-2. Way outside. Austin wasted one there. Couldn't get Quirk to chase. And it's 1-2 on the lefty. Here comes the 1-2 again. That one a bit low and outside, and that'll even the count here on Quirk, 2-2. The 2-2, swing and a miss, ball game over as Austin Thomason strikes out Campbell Quirk, and the Larks win 9-6 and take the series from the Aviators 2-1. The Larks improve to 32-8 on the year, 24-7 in the Jayhawk League, 5-game leaders over the Dodge City A's. The Haysville Aviators fall to 13-26 overall. Winning pitcher tonight for the Larks is Walter Pennington. He goes 5, gives up 5 runs on 7 hits, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Austin Thomason was also very impressive for Hayes tonight. He finishes up the last 4 innings. He gives up just 1 run, and he struck out 4. Loser tonight for Haysville is Aaron Homey. 4 2/3, 9 runs, 14 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 2 walks. The Larks take the season series from Haysville 5-1. They will return home tomorrow for an off day before taking on the Great Bend Batcats on Saturday night in Hayes at Larks Park at 7 p.m. So that is all we have for you tonight. The Larks are winners of 32 of their first 40 and are looking very good in terms of that Jayhawk League crown in 2018. Hope everybody has a good rest of the night. Have a wonderful Friday. We will see you again on Saturday night at 6:45 at Larks Park. When we take on the Batcats, we will get you lineups and get you ready for first pitch. Then good night from Vulcan Field in Haysville.